Minutes after her resounding re-election, Jefferson County Sheriff Zena announced she was ready to start working on her second-term agenda. KFDM's Angel San Juan joins us tonight in the studio to tell us what's topping the sheriff's to-do list. Angel?
In her two successful campaigns and during her first term in office, Sheriff Stevens has shown she does not shy away from challenges. That's why she's ready to take on a big one: mental health reform, as Texas jails have become the largest mental institutions in the state. Tuesday night, Zena Stevens celebrating her re-election as Jefferson County Sheriff, receiving congratulations from family, friends, and supporters. Less than 24 hours later, the sheriff sitting down for this interview to discuss her second-term agenda.
It's about taking care of people. It's about doing the very best you can to take care of people.
And that includes the inmates in the county jail.
Many people who end up in our correctional facility have never even had a diagnosis because they don't have the resources to go to the doctor.
In Texas, county jails are becoming the state's largest mental institutions, housing men and women who are not necessarily criminals, but victims of mental illnesses. And Sheriff Stevens says that impacts every taxpayer in Jefferson County.
In Jefferson County alone, it costs about $120 a day to house people in jail. People are walking the streets because they don't have a bed. They don't have a mental health bed. They don't have a place to go to get the treatment that they need.
That's why Sheriff Stevens is pushing mental health reform as a priority in her second term, but one she started focusing on during her first term, spearheading a partnership with Core Health, a company providing in-house medical and mental health treatment for inmates.
So when they end up in jail, now at Jefferson County, we have a 24-hour mental health physician there, people to screen them.
But it does not end with that screening.
We attach them with a discharge planner, okay? So the discharge planner will connect them with resources in our community, whether it's housing, whether it's hooking them up with our mental health deputies to check on them to make sure they're taking their medications. There are a lot of different resources out there that people don't know about.
It's a first step that's making big strides, but more help and involvement is needed.
We use the funds that we have already. It's not enough to do a lot of other people's jobs, and it's not a bad thing. I understand there's not a lot of resources out there, but because people end up in the jail, it becomes my responsibility to try to find resources for them. And so certainly when people talk about defunding police, I want to know what that means, because I'm using the few resources I have, the few funding dollars that I have, to try to get people mental health care, try to get them medical care. And many of these people have never had that before.
And here's a sobering statistic. It costs Texas about $650 million per year to care for inmates with mental illnesses. And that also tends to keep them longer in jail. And they also have a higher rate of returning there. Tiffany.
Wow, Angel. Thanks for that report.